Okay, good afternoon. Welcome back to Carrow Road. Yet another press conference. I'd just like to introduce Grant Holt, our new signing from Shrewsbury Town. We signed Grant on a 3-year contract with an option. Also, it's an undisclosed fee. We look forward to getting them in the number 9 jersey. And he offers us something that we haven't got much of in the squad at the moment: goals and power. So in the striker position, I should say. And we hope that he can give us that in abundance. And I know from our discussions with him, he's keen to get the ball rolling quickly, as much as he's been with us for a couple of days and looking forward to maybe taking some part in the game tomorrow.
Is this the one you wanted, Bryan?
This is the big one. I speak to David there, David McNally, and when David came on board with the new board directors, certainly my thoughts were on a striker, and to make someone who would make an impact, not only for the Norwich City fans, but also someone who all the other clubs in this division will know about, will not enjoy playing against, coming up against them, and somebody who, with the money that the fans contributed with the rebate, and also Michael Folger's commitment to that as well, we've been able to pursue over the last 5 weeks until we find us here today, having signed them.
Would it be fair to say then that if basically without that rebate money, Grant wouldn't be sitting next to you?
That's correct. Very much so. I think that was an important factor in being able to push this deal through, and the support that we've had from the whole board in terms of making this signing. Obviously, the personal contribution from Michael Folger and the fans, each and every one of them who left their rebate money in, have meant that we've been able to pursue Grant until today. Obviously, the other signings have come from within the playing budget that we'd already discussed. So, as I said, it was a personal thank you to each and every one of those fans, and certainly to Michael Folger.
You must have had a bit of competition for Grant's signature as well.
Well, we were just dealing with Shrewsbury. I spoke to Paul Simpson when I was on holiday. David McNally spoke to the Shrewsbury chairman, and we started our dealings then, and conducted them very professionally behind the scenes, patiently, until we got to the beginning of this week, where we finally got an agreement on the fee. And obviously then we get an opportunity to speak to Grant, who's obviously as well agreed his personal terms very quickly, and I'm sure he's very keen to get onto the pitch as quickly as possible.
You said it took 5 or so weeks to sort of, from when the first inquiries initially moving for Grant to happen. I mean, were there any worries at any time that it might not happen, or?
Yeah, there were, but I think the patience, and again, it's, I'm going over words that I've used in the press, and we have been patient on a number of the deals that we've concluded, but that patience has paid off. There's obviously a lot of people have been saying, we need a striker, we need a striker. We know and we knew we needed a striker, but I think these type of players do take longer to get commitment from both the club and the player. So I'm glad our patience has finally paid off.
The fact that you've got a pretty big, healthy squad now, 2 weeks before the start of the season, how much important was that to get people in place earlier?
It could be crucial, come the end of the season. Certainly come the first 2 months of the season, where we want to make an impact straight away. Obviously, the nucleus of the squad have worked together now in Scotland for a week. We've introduced Paul McVeigh, Stephen Hughes, Royce, Wiggins, Simon Whaley and Ben Annett today, and now Grant. And we've got 2 weeks to go before the first game of the season, so an opportunity for those guys to integrate into the squad, to gel with the rest of the lads. I think we've taken over every room in the Holiday Inn next door, so I'm sure they'll get to know each other very well. And we're just delighted that, you know, the backing of the board, we've been able to bring these players to the club. And I think it's something that I did say at the end of the season at the fans forum, that if I was to be given the job, I'd want players who would be coming here committed to the club. Obviously the only signing we've done is Ben Annett so far, but certainly the rest of the players that have come in and shown a commitment and a desire to play for Norwich City, and that we want.
Is that it?
Never say never, never say that's it. Chief Executive cringing in the back, fluttering on his coffee, but we'll always keep looking, and I suppose my job is always to challenge David, to challenge the board if we feel that there are positions that we feel short in. So we'll always keep looking, but we've been very happy and delighted that we've managed to get these 10 players in.
So I mean, if I said to you that this was your lot for August the 8th, do you take that now?
Yeah, I would do, but it might not be.
Grant, welcome to Norwich. How happy are you that you've completed this move?
That's fantastic. Obviously, like that was talked about. It's took a long time coming. Obviously, as soon as I heard you were interested in Norwich City big club, it's what dreams are made of. You want to move, you want to advance yourself, play at the highest level you can, to get the opportunity to come here and try and get this club back where it belongs is a great opportunity.
Top scorer in League 2 last year, and obviously moving on to a bigger club, like disrespect to Shrewsbury. Is there a bit of pressure on the shoulders?
There's always pressure wherever you go. When you get bought for money and you're centre forward, you're there to score goals no matter what the level. My impression was last year to go and drop down from the Championship to Shrewsbury, score goals, I've done that, and I'm just looking forward to coming here and playing this level before and score goals, and I'm just happy to be back in and show people what I'm doing.
Do you think you're coming into your prime as a player?
I don't know, we'll see next year. I was speaking to you, obviously I've done everything that I want to achieve here, and I'll say I'm in the prime, but I've had a good year, I've done well last year, a good couple of years, and I'm just excited about a new chapter really, and coming and showing everyone that I should be at this level and should be higher than it.
Fitness wise, you had 90 minutes against Telford on Monday night? Saturday. Are you happy with your fitness level at the moment?
Yeah, it's come good. Obviously it's been documented operation in the summer. Obviously rested that as best as I could. I've done a lot of training with Shrewsbury. I've only managed to miss the first week of pre-season. Any days are feeling good, and I felt really good in the game the weekend.
So 90 minutes tomorrow, not a problem?
No, not a problem.
If selected.
It's up to the manager. No, I'm fine, I'm ready to go, and just excited now. I've been down here a couple of days now. I've been on the training ground, seeing the lads, and just itching to get on the training ground, get on the pitch now, and put the shirt and start playing again.
How would you describe yourself, style-wise, as a striker?
A bit of a nuisance, works hard, score goals. Just a bit of everything really. I'm not going to burn people with the electric pace, but I'll torture people to let them work at mine, and I'll certainly give everything I've got to make this club successful.
Are you the sort of striker, do you set yourself a target at the start of the season, 10, 15, 20, 25 goals, or take each game as it comes?
Not particularly. My target is to come here and play football, and obviously it's not all on me as a person, it's about the football club, and I'll be happy as anyone if I get 5 goals and I play well in the team get promoted and everyone else scores on us, I don't really care. My job is to make this squad, this team better, and hopefully, obviously I want to score 20, 30 goals. That'd be fantastic, and I think I've got that in the locker to do that, but hopefully the team get promoted, that's my job.
When you look at Norwich over the last few seasons, do you think having someone who's going to, not guarantee, but got the capacity to do 20, 25, 30 goals is what's been missing?
Well, I mean, that's what the fans want to see, don't they? They want the goal scoring hero, and hopefully we've delivered them today. We'll find out over the course of the next 46 league games and the cups that we'll be playing in, what total they'll get to. but you know, it gives us the best chance possible now to go into the season with a threat. And I mentioned earlier, but was a competition. I'm sure there was competition, but we've got the player that we feel will score the goals to certainly make us very competitive in this league, and hopefully see us challenging for the top places.
I think it sends out a bit of a message out to the rest of the teams in the league, and the rest of the teams league above and below that you mean business for.
Well, that's what we aim to do. I'm sure that a lot of the defenders in League One now will be sort of wincing the fact that we've taken Grant on, and they won't be looking forward to playing against them. And that's the sort of you know, feelings that we want when teams come here. We want to not intimidate, but we want to sort of have the upper hand psychologically, and if we can do that in any small way, if it's even Grant Holt or any of the other signings that we've made, you know, that's the first part of the job done. Winning the game of football will be the next part, and accumulating points throughout the season will be the best answer to that.
Grant, I spoke to Gary a few weeks ago actually, and he said, you know, Norwich should definitely go in for you. Did you speak to Gary before you came here?
Yeah, because obviously I've got a review on Sammy cleaning well from the Forest days, and spoke to Gary. You know, Gary thinks of this football club. He sorted it really well, and there was times where I thought the deal had gone a bit flat, a bit disappointed, and it was good to be down here now. He's told us how good the football club is and how good the surroundings are and things like that. So I'll take his word for it. And it's just good to get it done now. We'll just have to get it signed and see how. Then looking forward to getting the job done.
The one club that was confirmed as being interested over the summer was Colchester. That would be the first game at Carrow on August the 8th.
Yeah, obviously I'm aware of the fixtures. They were interested in. Obviously I don't get involved in that side of things. That's to do with the board, and the board felt the deal wasn't right for the football club. Thankfully, this opportunity came along. I wanted to. I'd rather come here personally. As my brother had said, he's been a big follower of Norwich City for a long time, my brother, and he's quite happy about it.
Where's the connection with your brother?
He's just always been a fan. He's just always watched them, and when I told him I was interested, I think he was going to ring the chairman himself to try and push the deal for him. So he's very happy, and he's down for the weekend. We're looking forward to seeing him again.
So is he going to get season ticket?
I don't think it's a long way from Carl to come every weekend. I'm just trying to sort that deal out now to see if the club will give him free flights.
Is the deal still on the table for Goran?
Yes.
So I mean, the ideal world, yeah. Goran and Grant fighting for that sort of big number 9.
Ideal, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. It's something that we're in the hands of Goran and his representatives, and whatever they decide to do, we'll find out a bit later today.
I was going to say, is there a deadline on it?
We like to believe it's later today, so we'll find that out.
We'll all be back at 7 then.
Yeah.
Might give that one a miss.
I think, are we going to get some news on Sammy today? Is that it?
Well, as we said earlier, as we said earlier, Sammy is well. Hopefully, he's reached Coventry by now, and you know, we'll find out accordingly whenever there's an announcement to be made. But you know, everything in our eyes is complete. So it's just down to Coventry to announce that.